is what we call
hater shit.
There is no better term.
"38 weeks and 4 days. Misery loves company. Okay, there's a post that says you didn't become selfish, you became harder to manipulate. Just don't confuse the two. Heather says, as soon as you wake up, you become a liability. Unless they can prove you are crazy, then you are the asset, especially if you are smart. That's her saying, like, I know I'm a liability, but they can't prove it because I won't get in and go get my test and get checked. She says, actually, it's February 6th, 2024. Did she put 23? I didn't even look at it.
38 weeks, 5 days today, you guys. No updates at all. Same plan. Xavier's father promises a hotel by the week until he gets us an apartment once the baby's born. And the city of Chicago promises that we will fit into family placement, Xavier, I, and the baby, as soon as the baby is born. So February 15th is the due date, and we are literally just holding on for dear life until then.
Yeah, any day.
There has been some weird stuff going on the last 2 days. Weird people, very creepy people who I've noticed following us before that we have on camera coming back to this.
Let me see. If you have them on camera, let me see. We'll help you look for them.
Space where we are at 24 hours a day, going in the garbage cans, doing really weird shit. So 38 weeks, 5 days.
Look at that big old belly. I really hope she doesn't have complications. Y'all don't understand. Like, I am now, no negativity is in my mind. I am claiming miracles and blessings on this baby, and it is going. They're going to be so surprised that they don't know how in the world this baby was not addicted, but somehow God made it happen, because that's what he does. Because I can't every single, like, yesterday's live with her old big dilated eyes, all I could think about was that baby inside that womb. I really hope that he's not touched, he's not phased, it's not fucking with him, he's okay. Like, I can't, she's dry, although it's scary, I'm ready for her to just get this baby out so the baby could be safe. But I'm hoping he gets in there, like, in a family as soon as possible, because I don't fuck with CPS. There's pros and cons. You can't trust them, just like you can't trust all the police officers. You can't trust everybody, literally. So you have to be very careful fucking with CPS. That's why I always wish, like, there was somebody between Heather or Xavier's family who was like, you know what, this is hard, but, like, I think I want to try to take this baby on my own. But I guess they have no connection to her. Oh my gosh, this is just so sad. And it's not their responsibility either, you know, to take care of their sister's child who they haven't seen. It's just really sad. I just really wish that someone could take care of the baby, and then Heather would finally go get help, and Xavier would go get help, and it'd be a, you know, a happy, everlasting story. And it's not, because Heather's not doing anything. She won't even get up. Like, she won't even make the very first step.
Thursday, we're going to pick up the travel system, and it could literally be any time after that. Oh, and today's February 7th, I believe. February 7th.
No, it's the 6th. That's whenever she... Pray that the mouse stays away and the patch job holds up in my tent until we get the apartment. You didn't even patch it up. 2/6/24, Heather Gillespie, 38 weeks, 5 days pregnant, and looks like she's in a wheelchair again.
We're getting stuff for ham sandwiches. Just for anyone who's new here, I know most of you have been here for a long time. I wake up in the morning and I have to go potty really bad, so we always go to the grocery store. Last night was horrendous. They woke me up like 10 times. And if you saw my live on TikTok, we had a mouse visitor 2 days ago. We have been dealing with this for a full year. This is the very first time we've had a mouse visitor. It was terrifying.
I should have just kept it as a pet and get you ready for the baby. I'm just kidding. You're not keeping the baby. That was a stupid joke.
way too pregnant to be jumping around, like just way too pregnant. So we're just getting breakfast sandwiches and potato salad and eating it here at the store. We're not bringing any food back anymore. But last night was terrifying. Like I was just telling myself over and over.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You ain't taking no food back to the tent no more. Is that what you just said? Y'all always be munching because y'all be high and y'all get the munchies. Y'all have to eat on shit. Don't make me point out every fucking food item I see in this tent from now on. You know y'all be grabbing. Y'all be sitting there watching a fucking movie on the cell phone because you can't get the projector to work, and y'all sitting there getting high and just eating shit. Eating it.
Everything's fine. There is no mouse. Like, I cannot, you guys. I cannot. This mouse, if he comes back, is probably going to be what puts me into labor. So cross your fingers and pray for me that this mouse stays away and that our patch job holds up.
New York City, they are launching a $53 million program to give prepaid debit cards to migrants to spend at bodegas, because what happened was the city was providing migrants meals, and the migrants were like, we don't like these meals.
Oh, they said we don't like these meals? Oh, I don't even want to read that. It's about to turn off anyways. Sorry. I love Candace Owens. Okay, so Heather says, meanwhile, here, Xavier and I are in our tent for month 12, 38 weeks, 5 days pregnant, perfectly intelligent and capable of working. Then you should go. But being prevented from doing so or forced to do so without being paid. America. Shut your mouth.
All right, you guys, for
IRL updates. 2/5/24, Heather Gillespie, Coco Chanel, YSL, hashtag 38 weeks pregnant.
update, this is Heather. You guys might follow my personal blog, coco.chanel.ysl.
For a second, I was about to say, what the fuck? But this was 24 hours ago. So I was wondering why she was wearing the same thing, but okay.
Usually do FTRs daily for legal purposes, but I have not been able to do so lately. So to catch you guys up in real life, I have been producing from a tent for a year. Prior to this, I always had income, set money. I used a lot of my own space, my living space as a studio, and I had a lot of collaborators. So this last 4 years has been incredibly challenging for business. I have, made some business moves with regards to direct-to-consumer sales, not employing a big staff, typically just working myself with, 1 or 2 other people. I am 38 weeks pregnant and still confused about how I continue to be sexually assaulted and robbed, although I filed numerous police reports. What's up, you guys?
Oh my gosh, that just reminded me of Leticia, the way she just did her 2-hand waves. Oh my gosh.
What's up, you guys? Oh my God. So, first of all, I'm huge.
All right, Heather, why are you so happy? Did you get done? Why are you so happy? What's going on?
I'm very pregnant. 38 weeks, 5 days. Whoa. The fuck? You guys, if you've been following my personal
Okay, maybe she just smoked some weed.
blog, you know what's really going on in my life amongst all of the chaos. I find these moments to do FTRs, and I'm hoping that someday they will all be put together in
I wish I could just talk to her for a minute and just. That's why I really wish, as much as she aggravates me and she's done some things that she really needs to. In my eyes, I think she really needs to, ask for forgiveness and get all that right. She needs to reset her life. And I just really wish there was someone in her family who could be like, look, let's go grab some coffee. And I've always had this problem. I always pick up problems that are not mine. But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help people, so it's hard. So it's I just wish she had somebody who's let's go get some coffee, let's have a talk, and then just have a serious fucking conversation with her. And then if it gets to the point, just be like, no, Heather, no, you need to go, and it's final. I don't understand. People are just raised so differently that I don't. And because I see it in the comments too. Half of y'all are saying what I'm saying. Hell no, my mom whooped my ass and she'd bring my ass home. Think she thinks she gets kidnapped? Somebody would kidnap me. My father would fucking kidnap my ass if he had to. But then there's families out there who's like, well, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's really sad because every situation is very different. And I'm not saying every person can save every addict or every mental person. Like, I know that's impossible. But I just wish, because she has so many people, that I just wish somebody would just be like, hey, let's go talk. She could take that first step and be like, okay, I'll go talk to somebody. I don't know if she's so scared to go, like, I don't know if she thinks of, if they, I don't know, maybe she's scared of being Baker acted. Have she ever been Baker acted before? Because if so, she probably has PTSD, and that might be why she is scared to go anywhere. But in my thought process, I'm like, if they could just take her to an appointment and then they talk to her and everything like that, see what she's been going through, her talking to someone alone will help her so much. Heather would love to talk for an hour and get that out of her system. And I keep saying the more she gets it out, maybe the better she'll be. But it's like, 4 years and she still talks about it. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is if she's not good at taking medication, they could probably find the right strand so she could do the medical marijuana. You know, and that is also a very slippery slope with that as well.
What's up, you guys? Oh my God. So, first of all, I'm huge and very pregnant. 38 weeks, 5 days. Whoa. What the fuck? You guys, if you've been following my personal blog, you know what's really going on in my life amongst all of the chaos. I find these moments to do FTRs. And I'm hoping that someday they will all be put together in a logical order and presented to a judge in a court of law where people will have responsibility to explain what the fuck has gone on here. And then with responsibility and accountability will come restitution. Every single time that I have like a little small break in the chaos, I think it's over and that things are getting better, and then they just knock me right back on my ass with more of the same harassment that we as I was saying, that we've already cleared up. So there are no questions when it comes to me. There shouldn't be anyways. I've been an open book this entire...
You're lie. There shouldn't be any questions. You've been an open book this entire time. You're such a damn lie. You know how many times that people... I even seen someone bring it up yesterday in the live. Because... And I remember I was like... Before... This was years ago. Whenever I even tried to join her live. Because... I really wanted to get down to the bottom of it. And she would always be like, Q&A. So I'm like, hell yeah, fucking time up. Let's go. And then the very last one, or one of the last ones, it was really like a Q&A for Xavier. And I was like, oh, hell no. There's so many times. She would never, ever do a Q&A. Never. I wish she would. But she will not. And that's what's so crazy is like, you can at least do a Q&A live and just do it through the comments and not, like, as much as I would love her to come on my page so I could ask her all this information, it would be harder for her to get out of it, you know, because she's up there and then she'll probably, if anything like me, she'll probably have anxiety and like freak out, I don't know. But if she's on her own and she's on a live feed and she's just like looking at the comments, she could just pretend she didn't read those comments. Or she can let people up on her live. I don't know. But either way, she never does a Q&A with us. I've never seen her do a Q&A. I don't know about anyone else. I've never had it. Because I would love to hear a lot of these questions being asked. Because they're never answered, ever, from her.
Cleared up. So there are no questions when it comes to me. There shouldn't be anyways. I've been an open book this entire time. And I've also expressed the understanding that I have no desire to be a part of this continued abusive cycle. I don't...
You know what? This probably sounds really messed up, so I probably shouldn't say it. I think about some weird things in my head. But a part of me is like, I wonder what she would do if someone was like... always just tell her, because it's funny, but it's not funny. Just be like, well, okay, actually, ma'am, you did sign up for this whenever you signed up for We TV show. So you are now still locked in with us and this network. You can withdraw from the program. I would just need you to get off of the streets and go check on your doctor and talk to your mom. Do you think she would do that? Or she'd just get more pissed off at WeTV? Oh my gosh.
I don't want anything to do with it. So today I'm going to get a pedicure. Today I'm going to get a pedicure.
Okay, I really didn't want to put this in there, but I just think it was kind of sick of her to put it up. I know normal pregnancies, us women think about that. We're like, oh, baby has a baby. I hope you're okay. But Heather has never mentioned her baby moving besides whenever she was trying to grift online to get food money, supposedly. And she was pretty much saying that baby's hungry, baby is moving because he wants some food type shit. Only time I've heard her talk about a baby moving. Why would you put this as your up on your story when your baby hasn't moved in a while and you just want to make sure they're good?
Benny!
It's really not funny though. Not in this scenario.
You guys, if you haven't watched that, watch that Grant Cardone Undercover Billionaire.
Yay.
I've literally worked myself out of this situation like 10 times. That's why it's so infuriating. Like, I should not still be here. I've gotten a job and gotten us out of this situation. I've started little side hustles and gotten us out of this situation. I literally feel like they're like assigning this set of circumstances to a group of people, and I'm the only one who ends up like...
Okay, not that anyone asked for my opinion, but let me say, as I'm about to fall off the steps, as a side hustle, being like an escort, prostitute, anything like that, it's not going to work out. Let me tell you why. Because Jesus is trying to save you, and if you're doing shit like that, Heather, it's not going to go. You can't do that. You appreciate the grind, but you can also make money the right way, the moral way.
I've literally worked myself out of this situation like 10 times. That's why it's so infuriating. Like, I should not still be here. I've gotten a job and gotten us out of this situation. I've started little side hustles and gotten us out of this situation. I literally feel like they're like assigning this set of circumstances to a group.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm trying, but I can't. You can't say that you got a job to get us out of this situation. I got a side hustle to get us out of this situation. When did you get out of the situation? It has only gotten worse, Heather. You're declining free hotel stays for days, for weeks, in the cold, freaking snowing weather. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Like, it makes no sense. If you're doing something wrong, I feel like the way that she talks sometimes is like God's trying to like send her a message. Okay, then maybe you should try to have a relationship with God. And if you want to have a relationship with God, you can't be doing anything, something like that. You can't be sleeping with men for money or something, you know? Like, I understand where her hustle's coming from because she's on the floor outside sleeping in a tent. But she has to remember that there's other ways that she could have made money. For instance, that one place that wanted to hire her immediately, and she said no because the pay was too little. That is impossible. And there was actually one person in my fucking comment, what a troll, who actually agreed with Heather. How? She's making $0. How would that not make sense to get that job? If she would have gotten that motherfucking job. Oh, and could you imagine if Xavier got a job? Even better. You know what? Y'all probably could have had a place by now, but look at you here, you stubborn ass. You really think sponsors are going to show up to the hospital, you know, and just be like, jump in the van, we got your car seat and your stroller and everything. We got the whole traveling system. We're going to drive you to your new furnished house. And your Cadillac's going to be in the driveway, Heather. It ain't going to be the old one because it broke down, even though you're telling people, you know, it's sitting there waiting for you. It's going to be a brand new 2024.
Of people, and I'm the only one who ends up like having to be out here. Like, it's I don't even know.
It's crazy.
But anyways, thank you guys for the sponsorship for the pedicure. I really appreciate.
See, okay, so where's the pedicure? Did she do it in the tent? I mean, she had to. That's the only way you could get a manicure and Wait a second. Never mind. That's what I was saying. Because she said $40 for a mani and pedi, including tip. So I'm thinking the only way you could do your nails, a manicure and a pedicure for $40. I can't even get a mani for $40. I don't think. It's been a while, but it costs me some money whenever I go there, and $40 for a manicure and a pedicure. The only way you do that if you doing something in your tent. But I don't know who you would tip unless you're tipping yourself or Xavier, which is kind of creepy.
That you have no idea. So we're going to take care of that, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. First time wearing eyeliner and mascara in probably a month. Hello. That's the plan, and these are all episodes for the Coco Show. If you guys remember, I had a think board that I hosted on OF. It was nothing sexual at all. It was rated like PG-13. Someone hacked it, stole the money from it. I was making a consistent about $200 a month just using it as a think board. Someone literally hacked it and stole the money from it. One of about 100 projects that I've been doing over the last 3 years that actually pay money that these fucking losers have just been stealing from me. So none of this is for the production page. This is actually a glimpse into my real life. And I just want, when you guys are questioning and asking, like, what's next for GoPro Solo, patience is what's next. I have more than, enough ideas, a surplus of ideas for the way I want the episodes to roll out. I definitely will be hiring staff as soon as restitution starts getting paid. They're quoting me into the $50 million range for everything that's taken place.
He's such a liar.
So we just have to get this out of court. As soon as restitution starts getting paid, they're quoting me into the $50 million range for everything that's taken place. So we just have to get this out of court.
Upcoming interview, first round Unbounded. This is a recruiting meeting. Is this old? Sent from. Hi Heather, your interview is coming up quick. Quick reminder to be ready and ready to go. That was new. I feel like this was whenever she told us that she had an interview, it was really a webinar. I thought this was that. But it says February 6, 2024. Anyways, and she says, anyone know what could be causing this message from Zoom? It looks like everything is okay, but never connects to the host. This is old. Why does she put this on her story? Come on. 39 weeks pregnant tomorrow. Several months free from abuse. Now 1 week before my due date, they start again.
So, just to take a little head count. How many people have I given permission to have access to my life? That's right. Nobody. Not a single one. What I use my social media for is to document my experience. For crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. Not the experience.
What else, Heather?
For crowdsourcing and crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding. There you go.